I'm always in front of you, yet you cannot see me. I'm the key to opportunities, setting you free. Who am I? The Supreme Court has decided against the Biden student forgiveness plan. There will be no debt forgiveness. Hi, my name is Muhammad, and I help those who are venturing into financial freedom make their first move, even though debt forgiveness has been canceled. President Biden mentioned when he addressed the Supreme Court decision that they will be working on another plan to help forgive student debt, and that it would be a long process and it might take a while for it to come out. So what we have now is nothing. We don't have a time frame of when this will come out. We don't know what it would be like, what are the conditions, who will qualify, and how much debt will be forgiven in that plan, even if it were to succeed. Like we saw right now, the first plan did not even succeed. So what's next? What should you do? What are your options? Let's face it, in the end, it's your loan. It's my loan. If I choose not to pay, it's gonna default on me. I'm gonna handle all the responsibility. Everything is gonna fall back on me and whoever has a loan and chooses not to pay. So we have to put our emotions in the trash and think about it logically, that we have to take it seriously and start making a plan for what you're gonna do about your loan. You can find a lot of options and payment plans on the studentaid.gov website. And there's a new plan, a payment plan that is coming out in the end of the year and the beginning of 2024, which is, I think, the Biden SAVE plan, SAVE plan, that will replace the repay plan. I think that was created in the Obama time. So this plan is going to be very helpful for some of us who have low income, and I'm going to explain why right now. But first, we're going to head over to the website and I'm going to show you how you can look at your options and see what works for you. So you can start working on a plan to pay off your student loans, because you don't want to end up in a situation where you're overloaded with interest and you're going to end up paying more in interest than your loan itself. You don't want to end up in that situation. So let's go and see what your options are. So if you head over to your browser and you type in studentaid.gov, you will be brought to a page like this. And you want to go down and click on in repayment, because you're trying to pay off your loans. And we're going to go down and click on this, calculate payment option using the loan simulator. So it will give you exactly an estimate on how much you'll be paying monthly and how much you'll be paying overall and how much you'll be paying in interest, so you can choose which plan will work best for you. So let's click on that and it will bring us over to this. So based on your preferences, so you want to find the best student loan repayment strategy for you, or are you struggling with payments? So let's click on finding the best strategy, and it will ask us a couple questions here. Which of the following apply to you? So I'm gonna choose what applies to me. I have a job, or I'm planning to get one soon. I file taxes. I am married, and so on. You want to choose which works for you, and then you want to click continue. Single, and based on whatever you file with, you want to click on that option and then continue. What state do you live in? You can say Virginia or wherever state you live in, and then estimate what your income will be a year. So let's say, for example, 60,000. And how much will your income increase? Let's say about 2 to 3%. And say continue. We'll just use national loan data. It's just going to estimate how much loan you have. And if you go back to the first step and you log in, it will base this estimate on exactly your loan, how much loan you have. So this is just, I'm just showing you an example. So I'm going to click on a 4-year public. It's going to estimate how, like, based on the average, and we're going to click continue. I'm going to say no because I don't qualify for that. You might qualify for the PSLF if you work for the government, or you're a teacher, or you work for a nonprofit, something like that. You might want to look into that if you qualify. But here we don't, so I'm going to say no. We're going to go on and we're going to say, we're going to look at these options. So you have different options here based on what you want to do. So do you want to pay off your loans as fast as possible? Do you want to have a low monthly payment? Do you want to pay the lowest amount over time, which means that you won't be paying so much on interest? So you might get a low monthly payment, but in the long run, you're going to be paying more on interest. So you want to choose wisely between these options. I'm going to go with total amount over time, the lowest. And we can view our results, and it's going to give you an estimate. So you're going to pay an estimate of about $330, $373 per month until December of 2030. Overall, you're going to pay $31,190, which is about $5,000 to $6,000 difference between your loan and the total, which is $5,000 in interest. So that's all right when you're paying it off, when you're considering paying it off in 7 years. That's a good amount of interest to pay off. You don't want to pay a lot of interest and end up paying a huge amount of interest that may even total to be more than the amount you have in loan itself. So that's what we got for that. And you can mess around with it and look at the different options you have here. You can go back and fill out the information again and see what works for you. So now let's go over and look at what this new plan is about, the SAVE plan that Biden was talking about in his conference. So what is the Biden SAVE plan, and why I would recommend everyone who might fall into this bracket apply for this plan? And you'll see the benefits right now. There are 3 main benefits that make this plan stand out. And first, it reduces the amount you will have to pay monthly, because it will calculate a lower amount based on your income. And this is a new plan in the income-driven repayment plans. And it will have the lowest amount that you will pay monthly. And the good side is that you might not pay as much interest as I was saying earlier, and you'll see right now what I mean. So let's say you make less than 50K a month, or 50K a year, and this is good for people who make around that range and you have student loans, because you will benefit from this second benefit in this plan, which is 100% of interest will be eliminated once a payment is made. And what this means is that as long as you're making payments, you won't have to pay interest unless it is part of the payment you pay on a monthly basis. So for example, let's say you generate $50 of interest every month, and your monthly payment based on this plan turns out to be $30, you won't be charged the $20. So every time the monthly payment occurs, you pay your $30, you won't have to pay the $20 because it will subtract only the $30 you pay on interest for that month. Which means that, and in this plan, your monthly payment could go as low as $0 based on your income. Which means that you might not pay interest and your loan might not grow. So that's a good thing to be in, because now it extends the length of time that your loan could be on zero interest occurring, because interest starts in September. And especially for this, with this third benefit, which is that your spousal income won't be calculated in as long as you don't file jointly. So you don't file your taxes jointly, your spousal income won't be calculated into your income. So based only on your income, your monthly payment will be calculated, and then based on how much you pay a month, you might not have to pay interest on your loan, which gives you a lot of time now to start paying off your loan, so you don't have to pay as much. So you can start, if you have saved up money, if you're able to save some money up on the side, you can start paying off, because it'll allow you to pay off your loan with separate payments that won't affect this plan. Because as long as you're only required to pay $0, you won't be charged interest. And if you're only paying $30, $50, based on how much you generate in interest, you will only be paying that amount, and the rest will be canceled. So that's the plan that I recommend everybody goes and checks it out. You can start applying for it now. It won't come out until I think the end of the year or the beginning of next year, but you can go sign up right now for the repay plan, and that will default you into that save plan as soon as it rolls out. And the last thing I want to talk about is, if your loan is already in default, you want to go and apply for a refresh start. So you can start out fresh and start paying off your loans and signing up for these plans. And the link you can find in the description below as well. And that's all. Stay safe, and I wish you all good luck. And sorry about the decision from the Supreme Court. And so long, your future.